We're Just2Moms. We're expert contributors at FamilyAffaires.com. I'm Christy.
And I'm Debbie.
And today we're actually going to talk about some of the successes, I can't even say it, successes our kids have achieved recently. Debbie?
Yeah, I can say that my son, now that he's leaving high school as a senior, had an amazing opportunity this year, recently. His peers voted him in as a Mr. East, which is a male beauty contest, you would actually say.
Tongue-in-cheek.
Tongue-in-cheek. It's a little raunchy at times in the acting and different things that they portray, complete with bathing suits.
Swimsuit competition, yes.
Tuxedos and dresses for
and a talent.
And a talent. So my son decided for this show that he wanted to be a comedian because he's really funny.
Because he is a comedian.
He's a very funny guy.
Yeah.
And he wrote at 6'6", he wrote a whole talent act about being tall. And the second part of it, you had to do an act for 10 whole minutes. And the second part of that was he creatively thought of reading To Be or Not to Be in 28 different actors and a few throw-ins from his school, the talent show, the other contestants, in their impressions. He is a man of many voices, as we've always known. Yes. He can pick up inflection and voices like no one.
He even does my husband pretty well.
He does your husband very well.
Yes.
It's quite well. We hear your husband in my house often, so more than I see him. But it was, I have to say, it was one of those extremely prideful moments, aside from the fact that all of the contestants came down out of the audience in their tuxedos and handed all of us moms a red rose.
That's very sweet.
That doesn't happen often for me, from my son. And so I got a kiss and a hug from him that night. And it was special seeing him up there because the lead up with the rehearsals in my living room were trying.
Yes.
And stressful.
Right.
And not that he is not talented. He's extremely talented. But I think it all came together somewhere in the hours before that show, because once he walked on that stage, he was a whole nother boy.
Yeah.
And
amazing.
It was to behold. It was really very, very special. I look at that as one of those top 10 moments that I know thankfully is on video. My video camera was doing this the whole time. So I am not the videographer in my family, but it was really very special, and I'm very, very proud of him because I see him in many ways as a survivor in high school. He went through a lot in the years that we've been in public school, and he's been bullied, and there are things that we've had to help him with socially, and he's had a select handful of good friends, and all of those things are wonderful, but yet it's a whole nother trajectory than if you have a child who is a typical child.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and he didn't win, but I think he won the popular vote by
he
consensus.
Did. Oh my goodness. The funny thing is, the week after he went to school, everybody who saw him from this opportunity on that stage now knew that he was funny, now knew that he was successfully funny.
Correct.
And they kept saying, you really should have won. So he said, you know what, if I didn't win, this was okay, because more people wanted me to win than I didn't win.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's great.
So what can you share on this?
I was going to say, with us, with my son, it's just amazing how we do special needs sports, and a lot of us now, especially with soccer, a lot of times, you try to get your kids to go after the ball. So he goes after the ball, but now after he scores a goal, he then steps back and lets other kids score the goal. So he's really learning that empathy piece. And it's all special needs kids. Some of them it's obvious as a physical disability. And that's really what we want to pull in, that piece of empathy. And recently we were discussing his birthday snack, because he's, of course, all about the birthday snack, because it's coming up.
Really important.
So I gave him some options. I said, do you want cupcakes? Do you want pretzels? What do you want? And he said, I think I want pretzels. And I said, okay. And then he thought for a minute, and he thought of one of the little girls in his class who doesn't eat a lot of things. And he said, do you think that little girl will eat the pretzels? And I said, oh no, we can ask his mom. He said, I only want to bring in something that she'll eat. So that kind of made me tear up a little bit. It's really sweet. So for us, it's that empathy piece. It's just amazing.
That's come a long way then.
Absolutely.
That's phenomenal.
Yep. All right.
Awesome.